Hey guys, John here from etrailer.com. Today we have our 2020 Audi Q7. We're going to take a look at the Konig K-Summit XXL tire chains. These are premium tire chain that look really good on this vehicle, and they go really well with the low clearance tires. We don't have to worry about it making any contact behind our tire. When you're looking for a tire chain, one of the most important things to do is to check your tire size. It's going to be on the sidewall. Ours is 285, 45, 20. And then you also want to refer to your owner's manual for any instructions regarding tire chain installation. For this vehicle, it says to install it only on the front wheels, and it also says we need to check with our local dealership to see if it is safe to install tire chains on our specific tire size. The chain links here, they're D-links, and so they're going to do a really good job in snow and ice. They're in a diamond pattern, and so we're going to get a consistent ride quality. With a ladder chain style tire chain, it's going to feel a little more clunky because we're just going over one section at a time, where now we're on the chain the entire time. These brackets are actually ice breakers, and so when we're in ice, this is going to help give us more traction because it's going to break up that ice. The K-Summit tire chains are designed to protect both our wheels and our tires. This piece here is actually a heavy-duty plastic, so it means we're not going to have to worry about anything hitting our sidewall right here or coming in contact with our wheel. The install is very simple. We just have a piece that goes over our lug nut, and then we ratchet it down here in the middle. It's very easy to use, easy to install. Plus, we don't have to worry about any kind of interference with our wheel. Some other chains, we need to put tensioners across it, and we're worried about maybe some of the hooks touching our wheel and scratching it up. We don't have to worry about this with this tire chain. One of the things that makes this tire chain more heavy duty than other options is that we get a nice durable bag here to store it in. This way we can toss it in the back of our car when we're done with it, and we don't have to worry about all that slush getting around in the back of our car. Plus, it just helps us keep everything together. This holds both of our tire chains, plus any tools we need to get it installed. To remove the chains, it's just as easy. We have this red release button here. Pull it, and we're going to push this all the way until it pops. Pops out, we're able to pull this out a little more, and then remove our bolt, pull the tire chains off, fold them up, toss them in our bag, put them in the rear hatch area, we're good to go. The K-Summits are very easy to install, but there is a little bit of prep work involved when we first get them. Let's go over that now and see how it's installed. So grab your instructions, look up your tire size in the instructions to see what we need to do to get this set up. Because we don't want to be out on the road trying to figure out what spacer we need, what specific lug cover that we need on our lug nut, and what bolt we need while we're out in the elements. Doing some prep work beforehand will make it a whole lot easier to get them on down the road. So for our tires today, we have a 285, 45, 20 tire size. The instructions say we don't need to remove any of these spacers here. And then we found with the hardware we need, there's 3 different size bolts. It's the middle sized bolt, the lug nut cover that initially was installed on this portion, and then the silver spacer. This is what we're going to use to install it on our tire size today. Now that we know what hardware we need, let's go ahead and install it on our tire. When we store these in our bag, we want to fold all of the plastic pieces towards the center. So the first thing we're going to do is untangle everything, make sure it's all out and open. Then we're going to drape it over our tire. And when we drape it over, we're going to try to get the tire chains up here at the top over the middle of our tread. Our lug nuts here actually have covers on them, so we're going to take a screwdriver and just kind of wedge it off. Now that we have the cover removed off our lug nut, we're going to take this piece here. We'll use our bolt, thread it through the silver spacer, and then just barely get it started here on this piece. Place this over our lug nut, make sure it seats properly. Then we can kind of tighten this bolt down by hand. So it just kind of sits in place, and then we'll grab our tool to really tighten it down over the lug nut. Before we start using this tool to torque down the bolt, we need to make sure that this red arrow is pointed towards the center of our wheel. So it really doesn't matter what lug nut that we install this on, we just need to make sure that the red arrow is pointing towards the center of the wheel. So we're going to tighten this down with the tool until we hear the tool click. And that tells us that we have it torqued down right, and this tire chain isn't going to go anywhere. Just keep going. It's getting pretty tight. There we go, right there. So you can hear it kind of click there, and it has a little bit of a give to it. That tells us now we have this torqued down correctly. Now we're ready to start ratcheting down this strap. While we're ratcheting it down though, we still want to try to make sure that we have this chain over the center of our tread as much as possible, just so that we know it's going to seat properly. Ratchet it down. And then there's a red line on this strap. We're going to ratchet down until we can see the red line. With the red line facing here, we know we have everything tightened down as it needs to be. So we're going to get in our car, pull it forward just a little bit to get this bottom side of our tire chain on top of our tire tread. Now that we have the tire chain installed, we repeat the same process for the other side. And then make sure after we drive maybe like a mile or two, come back out and check on the tire chain just to make sure that it's seated properly and it's sitting in the middle of our tire tread. And that's going to do it for a look at the Konig XXL K-Summit Tire Chains on our 2020 Audi Q7. Thanks for watching.